Hey guys, welcome to my channel Mystery Cap. Today I'm going to explain the movie Thor, Love and Thunder. The movie starts with Gorr holding her daughter in search for any help. He even prays to the god to take his life but save his daughter. In the constant wait for any help, her daughter takes her last breath and dies in his arms. After pulling himself together, he buried her daughter. In the moment of constant loss of faith, he witnessed a bright light calling him. He then suddenly appeared in front of a forest and then jumps into the water. He moves around and found something to eat. After months, the guy to whom he praises every time suddenly appeared in front of him. God delighted to see his god and asks for help and says that all his people have been died due to his dehydration and lack of care. But that does not seem to be bothering him and he makes fun of his loyalty. His god also says that other gods are sending troops to destroy my kingdom with the evil and cursed Knack resort. Gorr realizes that the gods uses them as their baits and that the sacrifice of her daughter means nothing to him. He started to disbelieve in his god, saying that he cannot be a god if he does not care about his people, making him angry. He stood up and says that his sacrifice would be a great cause for his new kingdom that he will establish. Suddenly, the cursed Necrosword chooses Gorr, giving him a true reason to stop the worshipping of all the gods. Gorr stopped the Necrosword into his throat, eventually killing his god. At that very instant, Gorr decided to kill all the gods in this universe for peace. As the new Asgard, Trax is telling the life story of Thor to the local kids. He says that after he joined the Guardians, he worked out day and night and restored his physical body. But after many fights alongside the Guardians, his pain did not go away as he remembered her love, Jane Foster. Thor leaves the Stormbreaker on the ground and started finding peace in his life. On Earth, we see Jane Foster laying in hospital, struggling and fighting with her stage 4 cancer. Later, Jane reads a book explaining the powers of the Mjolnir and also stating that Mjolnir also helps in healing any disease. Seeing this as a hope for a new life, she decided to use the powers of Mjolnir to heal her cancer. At the new Asgard, we see that the Valkyrie has become the new president and visitors from all around the world comes to visit the Asgardian culture. Jane arriving at the new Asgard comes across at a broken pieces of the Mjolnir. Being close to the Mjolnir, she feels a lot better and also its pieces started moving. Thor parts ways with the Guardians after receiving a distress signals from Sif. Upon arrival, a beaten Sith warns Thor of a Nexus being, a being possessing the god-killing weapon the Necrosword, seeking the extinction of all gods as revenge for ignoring the death of his family. He also says that his next target is going to be the new Asgard at night. Gorr attacks new Asgard with his unnatural beam. Hearing about the news, Valkyrie and Thor arrives and started slaughtering down the creatures. Thor then notices a thunder lightning around and crushing all the beings and realizes that it's his old hammer Mjolnir. While he raises his hand to summon the hammer, reforges and bounds itself to Jane after sensing her worthiness, granting her the power of Thor. Trax then tells us about the relationship between Thor and Jane and how much they both love each other. But as the time passes, their duties started interrupting their relationship, and one day Jane left a message for Thor and left. Thor is surprised to find Jane alive with Mjolnir. With no time to wait, Thor, with the help of Valkyrie and Korg and Jane, started finding Gorr into shadow creatures. The group is able to afford Gorr, but he escapes kidnapping several Asgardian children. The next day, everyone is getting worried for their kids' safety, but Thor assured them that they will find the kids and get them back safely. Later, Thor tells Jane about the Necrosword and how it can destroy anything in just a matter of time. Suddenly, Axel appears in front of them by using his powers which he got from his father Heimdall. Axel then uses his magic to have Thor the vision of their place. He then tells them that they have been trapped inside a cage and that he should help them as soon as possible. Thor assured them that they are on their way and that they just need to be patient. The group then leaves on the ship to travel to Omnipotent City to warn the other gods and ask for their help. The Olympic god Zeus is unwilling to help, saying that he cannot do anything to help him. However, Thor tries to make him believe that their all lives are in danger, but Zeus captures Thor, forcing the group to fight off his men. Zeus heavily injures Korg in anger. Thor stabs Zeus with his own thunderbolt in his chest, making him fall to the ground. They then make their way out by calling in the ship. And also, Valkyrie steals the thunderbolt during their escape. On their way to save the kids, Thor confesses to Jane about his love and that he will accept her with this cancer, and surely she will find his disease and get well. They both then make out before arriving at the Shadow Realm. However, this turned out to be a ruse for Gorr to take Stormbreaker, which he intends to use it on the Bifrost to enter eternity and ask for the destruction of all gods. Gorr manages to overpower Thor's group and stabs Valkyrie in the back, making Thor angry, who uses his full powers against Gorr. After having enough with Gorr, Thor opens the Bot Forest and tries to escape. However, Gorr manages to steal the Stormbreaker. They all then got teleported back to the Earth. Gorr uses Stormbreaker to open a portal to eternity. With Valkyrie and Jen injured, Thor decided to face Gorr alone. He then meets with the kids and decided to give his thunder powers to F Brigade and their weapons to fight alongside him. Thor holds on Gorr when Jane joins the fight even when she was fighting with cancer and destroys the Necrosword. Admitting his defeat, Thor manages to convince Gorr that all he wanted from eternity was not to destroy the gods, but to get his daughter back. Jane, who have got enough and that his cancer has taken on her, had a final chat with Thor before succumbs to her illness and dies in Thor's arm. Eternity allows Gorr's request to revive her daughter, and he asks Thor to take care of her daughter before dying from the effects of Necrosword. All the children then got back to New Asgard, where Valkyrie and Sif began training them. Meanwhile, Thor, now in possession of Mjolnir, continues to go on adventures to help people with love and now wielding Stormbreaker by his side. In the mid-credit scene, an injured Zeus can be seen, making us realize that he survived the attack. Zeus commands his son Hercules to kill Thor and take his revenge. In a post-credit scene, Jane Foster arrives at a strange place which most likely looks like heaven. There she meets with Heimdall, who tells her that she is dead and then welcomes her to the Valhalla. With these scenes, we can all assume that the story of Thor is way longer than we accepted. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.